Hello, I am Jessica Pizzle, and we are the Leviathans.
Alright, hope you know I'm trying to see it through. Yeah, alright, 6 figures for the whip. No chance, you catch me down bad.
Hello, and welcome back. This is a VOD, not a live stream. And before I forget, if you haven't noticed, I do have memberships now. So if you would like to join, first tier gives you access to all of my live stream VODs. Second tier gives you that plus Discord access. And I have a nice little members only chat, members only VC, so you can stay away from the pavos. And the third tier gives you all of those. Plus I will follow you on Twitter if you have it. So if you feel so inclined, please do join and become a member of my channel. Now, let's get into the video now that I'm done shilling, okay? MamaMax, there's a lot going on MamaMax. If you don't know anything about what's going on with MamaMax, I have linked 2 videos below, one from DeOrio and one from Mutahar. I personally recommend the DeOrio one. It's basically the same information, a little different, just DeOrio has prettier editing. That's just my preference. But whichever you feel like. If you don't like Nicholas, there is Muta. If you don't like Muta, there is Nicholas. There are options. But yeah, so if you don't know what's going on, stop watching, go watch those, then come back. Okay? This is going to be as quick as possible. I'm not trying to make another hour-long video. MamaMax made a Patreon post. You know, it's behind a paywall, and it's a response to basically Muta and Nick's videos. And his good, wonderful mod team at Reddit decided the rest of us needed to see it. So that is what we will be doing today. We are going over the MamaMax Patreon post, courtesy of Reddit. Let's get into it. Let's big screen this mother.
Or GoFundMe to support the survivors of child sex crimes committed by Camden Gerard Davis was mass reported and
No, it wasn't really mass reported. Colton, if you guys don't know who Colton is, he had history with Repsion, and he finds his way onto like every live stream. He's really good at pretending to be somebody else in order to get on calls, different things like that. The ICO stuff. I made a video about Colton. You should know, okay? You should know. Anyways, he made a report, called it fraud. GoFundMe took it down. Now everyone thought, well, that's, you know, just MamaMax is gonna dispute it and the GoFundMe will be back up. However, I had a feeling that he wouldn't dispute it. Do you want to know why? Because one of the biggest criticisms that I had that I gave MamaMax during one of his live streams is why send people to Patreon to donate to these victims? Why not just set them up with a GoFundMe? And he said, well, that's because I used my own money already, and so and then he said that all of the money would be going to Spencer, and Spencer would be handling the money, and this GoFundMe was also for that. But basically, the reason why I took issue with him sending people to his Patreon instead of setting a GoFundMe was because the GoFundMe is, there's more accountability with GoFundMe than there is with Patreon. GoFundMe, you have to say who the money's going to. Patreon, it just goes to the creator. There's no say in where it goes from there, whether it goes into just MamaMax's pocket or it goes to the victims. There's nothing to say. And MamaMax, we all know he's not very fond of showing evidence of anything that he says. So it went down. Colton did it. A lot of people took issue with it because, like, what? Just leave it up. Why not? We can track it. We can look at it. We can see it. We can see how much money he's getting in. This is perfect for us. But Colton was like, nah, man, I got my own ideas. And you know, you messed up. Okay, you're highly creative, just not very smart. Let's carry on.
shut down. We stand at a pivotal moment in history for the voices of child sex crime survivors.
No. You stand at the pivotal history of grifting off of your vulnerable fans and trying your best to get views and clout. That's it. There's, like I said, watch the DeOrio or Mutahar videos that I link below. There is a recording, a leaked recording of a phone call between Max, Spencer, Mutahar, and Nick. And it's enlightening, okay?
Silence has already been overwhelming, and now powerful forces are trying to further mute our efforts. To those who question us, we acknowledge your concerns. We know these issues are complex and
No, you don't acknowledge their concerns. You deny it. You deny words that come out of your own mouth. And by the way, a lot of what people criticized for you, you confirmed with your own words. Okay? Your own words.
And delicate. But our goal isn't to sidestep justice. It's to create a space where survivors can begin their journey by speaking out without bullying or harassment.
No
If
one's
you've
bullying
been
and
skeptical
harassing survivors. Ever. Nobody's doing that. Nobody's doing that. And I'm sorry, if you think that asking someone questions about their allegations and trying to verify the facts of their allegations is bullying and harassment, you are in the wrong field, my guy. Okay? If you think that the people online asking questions about the case is bullying and harassment, boy, you got another thing coming when you try to go to the police. Okay? Yeah, they get pretty intrusive. Honestly. It's not bullying and harassment. It's people trying to verify the claims you're making because you keep on making claims that you keep on also saying are just not verified, that you didn't verify that you have no evidence for. So you make a claim. This is the Mama Max cycle. He makes a claim. Someone asks him questions about the claim. And then eventually he admits that he either didn't verify the claim or he just made it up for artistic reasons for his little movie. Okay, this is a 3-minute video. Let's not go well.
We are asking you to at least hear our side before coming to a conclusion.
We already
In the
did.
expansive digital landscape of the internet, a disturbing trend of cult manipulation proliferates, often going unnoticed as people are engulfed in a sea of misinformation. Everyone seeking guidance and truth are increasingly
there was me.
entrusting their beliefs to destructive influencers, mistaking their manipulative messages for authentic information. This dangerous dynamic is exacerbated by parasocial relationships, where followers elevate the words of their favorite online personalities to an almost sacred status.
Like you just explained yourself. You just explained yourself, okay? You literally just explained yourself.
In this environment, where lies are often indistinguishable from truth, followers find themselves compelled to extreme actions, including harming the innocent, under the influence of those they perceived as their virtual gods. We have been meticulously documenting these behaviors and cross-referencing them with Robert J. Lifton's 8 criteria of thought reform, commonly known as brainwashing. Our evidence, even when applied to some of the most reputable influencers, reveals some disturbing signs.
No, he's trying to say that he showed Muta the evidence. And the fact that he's just not, he doesn't think that this is substantial, that's so wrong. Ugh, that's so disturbing. He's basically trying to say that Mutahar is a cult leader. Okay, let's not mince words. Don't mince words. You're trying to call Mutahar a cult leader, and you're trying to say that Mutahar and Nick and FPS Diesel, who made huge, massively viewed videos on you, are brainwashing their fans. No, your own words is what got people to turn away from you. And I hope and I pray that your fans see this video, see Mutahar's video, see Nick's video, and I'll even link FPS Diesel's video in the description. I hope they see it because that's you, okay? That's not them making up stories. That's them using your own words, okay? Everything that's happening to you is you. It's you. And frankly, I feel like you are that real cult leader that we should be side-eyeing, okay? Because you're taking vulnerable fans. I don't care if you grew up with them. You're taking vulnerable fans with severe mental disabilities, moving them across state lines, moving them in with you, and making them financially dependent on you. What the hell is that?
Addressing the counter-narratives in an upcoming film, Silence All Survivors.
Nobody's silencing survivors.
Our ultimate mission is to shatter the shackles of fear and shame that silence child survivors. We advocate for the empowerment of survivors, encouraging them to share their stories when they feel ready, and to know that we are with them at every step. We all contribute to history in the making against the fight of global child exploitation. Those who are standing on the right and wrong sides will be revealed in due time.
I'm standing on the
To
right
end
side.
off with a quote from Malala Yousafzai: "If people were silent, nothing would change."
Joy. Absolute joy. So, back to what I was saying. everything. These YouTube creators, me, none of us are using anything except for your own words.
With everything else that I've seen from other, I guess, pedo hunters, the way Max was going about it in the videos that I had seen at the time, it just, he was putting himself out there and literally catfishing predators and trying to get that evidence. And I was like, I mean, if he can do all this, maybe we could find a way into the cult one day and get all the evidence and implicate the shit out of Camden.
What part about Max's investigations really drew you in?
Just his persistence on it and not giving up on it. Like, it didn't matter what anyone else had to say, he doubled down. And that's how I feel with the few people that are still in support of Max in this situation now. They felt the same way that I did then.
Okay.
We thought we could get into the cult. I thought you were already in it. So why didn't you say we tried to get back into the cult? I thought you were already in the cult. So why did you say we tried to get into the cult so that we can implicate the hell out of Camden Gerard Davis? Just some food for thought. That does not sound very good to me.
I would like to explain my position on this.
Sure.
So, the purpose of the NDA is to protect the survivors. Like, that is why the NDA protects their anonymity and for them to be able to give the approval of what they want to share. But we do want to let people in and see what is occurring here. It's just my priority has been to protect the survivors.
Okay, but you do understand, say Charlie looks at everything, hypothetical, right? Mm-hmm. Charlie can't then go, guys, there's a predator on the loose. I saw it on Discord. That wouldn't be sufficient for his audience. It's one thing to get somebody on board and to get moral support behind the scenes and join a group chat. It's another thing to get actual support, the stuff that you're looking for, and you won't get that until you show more publicly.
True.
Right, and I guess the challenge for me with showing the evidence is I personally have not been walked through the evidence besides Spencer's. The survivors in the server...
He just said, I personally have not been walked through all the evidence except for Spencer's. Just wait. It gets better.
Are as active as we would like them to be. Obviously, a lot of them have trauma. They talk about it, and that it's hard for them to actually just sit down and speak with me. But that's why I've been just asking the general public to please be patient. There's a lot of things we need to wait for. I am just trying to get the word out that this is Camden Gerard Davis. This is what the accusations against him are. And it's also, you can also, we are fine saying this is all alleged. We are fine if...
Well, you can't just say it's alleged now.
No, because, yeah, 100%, that's not...
Yeah.
I'm fine doing it because I trust them. But
okay,
all I want to do...
But you said you didn't review most of the evidence besides Spencer, though.
I reviewed the evidence. I just haven't had the context as to what it is pertaining to.
So you looked at the evidence, but you don't understand...
Yeah, in the exact timeline, which has been just one of many reasons why it's been such a struggle to create the comprehensive timeline, as I'm waiting on a lot of different things.
But you see, that's why people are inflamed with you right now. It's because you just told me in this call that you didn't properly review every single victim, and now you're comfortable calling a man a pedophile, right? Whatever happened, I don't know, but whatever happened, you're calling him a pedophile. Now you're saying in this call that we're fine using the term allegedly. You've been calling this person a pedophile, and you've been having this expectation that we just jump on board when, you are the chief investigator in this. It's not me, it's not Nick, it's no one else. You are the chief storyteller, the investigator.
I think that the reason why Max wants other YouTubers to talk about this and to call Camden Gerard Davis a nonce is because he wants to spread out the accountability. Okay? He literally says, I did not look at all the evidence except for Spencer's. Then he gets pressed on it. Then he's like, well, I mean, I saw it. I didn't really understand it. Okay, so then you're not the person to be doing this. Okay? Then you're not the person to be doing this. If you can't, you've had how many? You've had months to go and get this all straightened out. But no, you dove in because that yearly mark came up and you needed to make your big old video so that you can get some more money in. Okay? And I'm sure he's going to be like, this is what I expected these YouTubers to do. Yeah, well, that doesn't work when you were on live streams glizzing up and just kissing up to Mutahar, talking about how great he is and how he's seen all this evidence and he's seen the evidence, so blah, blah, blah. And then the second Mutahar comes out and is like, yeah, no, the evidence that you showed me wasn't substantial. Now it's, oh, well, you must be part of the cult. Really? Okay.
the person who has, we believe that you're the only person up till now who has reviewed every single bit of evidence and put the context into your head. And if you've only read Spencer's, which is fine, that's one testimony, we've been told that he has trafficked hundreds of people. Is there evidence now that there are hundreds of people? You only appear to have 5 or 6.
So we can get into the public stuff at a later time. I would like for Spencer to finish, unless y'all are finished with asking Spencer questions.
While we're talking about this, and Mutahar is coming up and stuff like that, and you're saying that it was unfortunate to see what Muta would say about you on a live stream, why was Max telling everybody that Muta saw the evidence and using the clout capital that comes with that to try to get people to believe it? Like, Muta's saying it must be good.
That there is evidence there, even if it's unsubstantiated at the moment and he doesn't know the context. Like I said, he could have gone in there.
Well, Muta has to come out and clarify that it's not actionable because now it's attached to his name. People.
Exactly. Mama Max was trying his damnedest to get the Mutahar sign off, and he tried to force it, and he tried to lie about it. Of course Mutahar has to clarify and be like, whoa. The evidence I've seen is not substantial. And then here's Spencer saying, well, he hasn't seen it all. Have you? Help him. What are you doing? Spencer and Mama Max, it seems like they just want to push out artsy-fartsy videos and then make everybody else do the work. And that's not how that works. This is your story, Mama Max. This is your allegation, Mama Max. If you want other people to co-sign it, you got to convince them that this is valid and this is real and this is substantial. But he doesn't want the audience to know whether he's just pretending or whether it's real, because he doesn't want to be legally liable. But he's more than willing to try and force Mutahar into a legal liability. That doesn't sound very nice. Not nice.
This is Muta approved.
Publicly saying he's seen some of what we are showing.
When you make me sign an NDA that's with the victims, and then you used me as clout capital to describe that I've seen the evidence, therefore it must be substantiated, I have to step in and say, I'm not making that claim. I saw the evidence, yes.
What
is it evidence that's...
What is that?
It's what you're asking for when you're asking for Anthony Fantano and you're asking for Joe Rogan. Nobody asks for Joe Rogan for altruistic reasons. You want other people to say that you're doing a good job so that nobody questions what you're actually doing.
That is not what I want.
Well, what do you want? Because they can't show evidence, so what could you possibly get from them other than...
How many times do I have to tell you? You can show evidence. You have to get approval from the survivors.
Where was your approval? Because that should have been your... Then clearly you haven't been speaking to your own survivors, because I guess you didn't have any fucking approval to put it in any of the 3 videos that you released. But on the 4th video, I'm sure all that evidence would have been there.
I have gotten approval from every single one of them for everything I've shown. And for
so
everything
for all of the nothing that you've shown, you've got everyone's approval.
I've been getting their approval.
I thought the NDA was because showing the evidence would cause it to be inadmissible in court. We had this discussion on your public stream.
There's multiple reasons why we have the NDA. The most important is to protect the survivors and their evidence. If they want it shown, then you are allowed to show it. If they don't want it shown, then you are not allowed to show it. It's that simple.
Well, evidently I've done more than any other influencer, and I've spent 2 hours of my life in this call, and I've tried to get to the bottom of this. I've tried to get into it, and as combative as this call has been, I haven't shifted myself closer to anyone's side, because there's just nothing compelling that's been thrown in this direction. It's all a testimony and it's all there. And yes, I personally do believe that there has been some malfeasance. Is there proper evidence of a cult that I've seen? No. Is there proper evidence of people being actual pedophiles in this? Haven't seen a full
You can show the evidence if the survivors approve of it. Then why the frick are you telling their stories when they're not ready to show their evidence? That's kind of abusive, don't you think? Where was that? Nick made a good point. Did Mama Max, did you get their approval to go live with this? You got Spencer's, clearly. You got her approval. So why didn't you just stick with Spencer's story? Probably because that's all the evidence she has. So then you started looking for other survivors, hoping that they had more substantial evidence. I don't know. It seems weird to me. And this is just conspiracy brain, okay? But I think that the reason why Mama Max does not want to release the evidence and why he makes people sign NDAs about it to make sure that they don't talk about the evidence or they don't release the evidence is because the evidence isn't there. And Mama Max knows it's not very good evidence and that it's all just statements and testimonials. But no multi-million subscriber YouTuber worth a grain of salt is going to push allegations or evidence. That's what you're doing, okay? So no YouTuber worth their grain of salt is going to take just a statement and say, this happened.
Of that yet. And there are a lot of issues beyond just everything that we've discussed that has now been circulating because of your mishandling of this case on your subreddit throughout the internet that is bringing more doubts into this entire situation. So no, this is not on me. This is not on anybody. This is entirely on you. And I've done my part.
That's really childish to say it's only on me.
No, it's childish to lead 8
else,
women to slaughter
not
because
have
your
anyone
ego
else
is too
take
big.
Responsibility for their actions. Nicholas, we asked you to platform us after you platformed counter narratives, and you refused.
Max, I run a show called
not
Rape
your
Review,
responsibility?
okay? You don't want your 8 victims on Rape Review. They don't belong on fucking Rape Review, okay? I'm an entertainer who says stupid shit online. I absolutely cannot platform people in a situation like this. It's
At least he's being honest. At least he's like, no, bro, Rape Review. You want me to do it on a Rape Review? Stop. And Nick, I thought it was Ultimate Rape Review because maybe Chud Logic's is Ultimate Rape Review and yours is Rape Review. I don't know. Either way, we do love a good rape review here. Carry on.
it's out of the realm of possibility for anything that I should be doing.
Except counter narrative.
Oh, I'm sorry. Was the
primary
3
source?
videos of yours that I watched not your narrative? Was that Cameron's narrative too? Has he infiltrated your cult?
What are you talking about?
I watched your fucking videos, Max, for 4.5 hours. How is that a counter narrative?
You platformed counter narratives, but you were not willing to platform the survivors.
He
That is
platformed
called
your
milieu
videos.
control. That is called milieu control. It
No, that
one
is
of
called
eight
knowing my
criteria-
limitations and knowing what is
It is one of
appropriate.
8
Clearly something
criteria.
that you are unable
It is-
to figure out for
It is
yourself.
one of 8 criteria to be defined as a cult, as laid out by Robert J. Lifton. Okay? That is milieu control.
Am I being fucking punked? Is there a camera somewhere in the room? Is this a fucking joke to you?
It seems like it's more of a joke to you.
Because I'm the one doing all the fucking crossing the T's. But
There's so much more. Definitely take a look at it. It's quite revealing. And while we were playing that, I did the courtesy of getting into the Patreon. Stop. If people were silent, nothing would change. I'm currently dedicating my time to the case against Camden Gerard Davis, and as such, cannot address the myriad of rumors and accusations that are constantly arising. They're not rumors. They're your own words. Following the completion of this film, our next project, Silence All Survivors, is set to commence. This film aims to delve into societal behaviors perpetuated by destructive influencers who incite hostility towards child survivors who bravely share their stories. I will address everything in this film. No, he won't. No, he won't. He will not address his own words. He will address Rando Spurgs, but not his own words. Address your own words. How about that? How about you listen, you take that recording, that leaked audio, that little leaked phone call that you guys had, and you address that, because that is a bombshell. Okay? I think that all survivors of child abuse, child sexual abuse, I think they all deserve for you to address what you told Nick and Muda in that phone call. I think that is the prime thing. Everything else is secondary to that. Address your own words. Address the fact that you have not spent any energy or time on looking at these girls' evidence, on talking to these girls, on talking to these survivors. Address the fact that you haven't spent a minute of your time to look at what they're showing you and to ask them questions and to get to understand what they're showing you. Get to understanding their evidence. Address that, because that, I think, is the most egregious thing, that you couldn't take a few hours out of your day to look at the evidence for yourself. Address that, because that is so egregious. I will advocate for creating a more empathetic and supportive environment that encourages children to speak out. The bullying and harassment stemming from this case are now not unique, unfortunately. They are a widespread issue that significantly hinders the accountability of perpetrators. We must strive to create a world that actively listens and responds to children in need of help. I appreciate your patience and support during this challenging journey. We look forward to connecting with you soon. So, that's all I got for right now. I hope you enjoyed it. There's a lot of shit going down on Twitter, but I'm going to save that for another video. So, I hope you enjoyed. Don't forget to like and subscribe and become a member if you feel so inclined. And yeah, I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.